Valley College Promise Town Hall meeting. This meeting has been scheduled to talk with parents, but students are absolutely welcome to attend. There's a lot of great information that we're going to give out. There is a chat room to your side where you can ask questions. There's a number of Valley College staff members that are there that are able to answer your questions for you. So let's go ahead and get started. My name is Joel Trudgeon. I'm the Outreach and Recruitment Coordinator at Los Angeles Valley College, and I'm also a faculty member in the Media Arts and Cinema department. And when I was a kid, my mom said that she thought I would probably always stay in education because I enjoyed school so much, and here I am talking to you today. So today we're going to talk about the College Promise, and if you're here, you probably did get an email from LAUSD or from our campus letting you know that we were going to talk about that. But we're also going to talk about some of the programs and services that Valley College has to offer you, some of the benefits of attending Valley College, and then also I want to share with you just my personal story of accessing college, and that's what we're going to start out with. So I'll try to make it brief, but just trust me, we will get to information that is specifically pertaining to you and your students. So I'm a first generation college student. No one in my immediate family had attended college. I believe my uncle had done a few classes at West LA College, but hadn't graduated. And in my immediate family, there wasn't anyone who'd gone to college. I grew up truly dirt poor. We lived at about 3 miles down the end of a dirt road that was off of county maintained area. We had to borrow our electricity from the city. And I lived in tiny little trailer. My bedroom was about 8 by 4 feet. It had enough room for a mattress and my Nintendo. I was the kid whose clothes were never quite up to date. My pants were never quite long enough. My ankles were always showing. I grew up when Air Jordans became a big thing. My shoes came from Payless. Ironically enough, I looked up the XJ900s that I used to wear, and they're going for a lot of money on eBay right now. But people made fun of me, for what I didn't have. Our family car was usually the car that made strange sounds while it was running. We absolutely had the wire that held the hood shut. It was a color that I don't even think exists, mixed with rust. And we didn't have a lot. Also, when I was born, my dad was in his late 60s. My mom was in her late 30s. So I also had a lot of, people saying stuff about that. And why is your dad so old? When I was in high school, actually the day before my 16th birthday, my dad passed away. So it was just me and my mom, and that didn't make things any easier. And in the middle of all of this, I knew I wanted something else from my life. I knew there had to be something more than what I was living. I had friends who I grew up on the central coast of California, and they lived up on the mountain in the big houses. And when I went to their houses, you could see the ocean as far as it could go. And I knew there was something better in life. And I didn't quite know what it was or how to get it, but I knew I wanted it. At the same time, I knew that I loved movies. I grew up on Star Wars. I have seen the original 3 Star Wars movies hundreds of times, but none of that really connected for me. And I had a counselor at high school who told me, have you thought about college? And I said, I don't have any money. I can't go to college. And they said, well, don't let that be the reason you don't go to college. Have you thought about college? And I said, honestly, no, because I don't really want to be a doctor. I don't really want to be a lawyer, and I don't really want to be a business person. And they said, okay, so why is college not for you? And I said, well, that's why you go to college, is to become a doctor, a lawyer, or a business person. And they brought out a list of all the things that you can go to college for. And I was honestly shocked because I'd never been exposed to this. And somewhere buried in there, I saw film. And I said, wait, you can go to college to learn about movies? They said, yeah, they'll teach you how to make movies. They'll teach you how to critique movies. They'll teach you about movies. I said, okay, I'll go to college for film. And some part of me knew that there was something about this piece of paper that you get for going to college that opened different doors for you in life. And so I signed up for community college, even with, different challenges that I had. I liked high school. I didn't love it. as a result, I did not finish my foreign language requirement or some of those requirements, and we didn't have a lot of money. So community college was the option for me. So I went to Allen Hancock Community College in Santa Maria, California, still not fully understanding what college was about or what I was doing there, but I went. I applied and I went. And while I was there, I learned a little bit about filmmaking, and my teacher there told me, there's a really great school that's up and coming. It's called Cal State Northridge. I was like, I've never heard of Northridge. And they said, there was a big earthquake there a couple of years ago. I said, oh, okay, I know what Northridge is. So I came and I checked out the campus at CSUN. And I said, okay, I'm going to transfer to CSUN. I'm going to finish my 2 years. I'm going to go on to CSUN and I'm going to continue majoring in film. And I applied and I did. I graduated. And then I started working in a field that had absolutely nothing to do with film. I started actually working at Los Angeles Valley College as the student recruitment coordinator. And what allowed me to get the job that allowed me to go out and start talking to students and encouraging them to go to college and telling them about my experiences, the minimum qualification was a bachelor's degree. And I had earned that. It didn't say what it had to be in. I had earned that. I applied for the job. I went through the interview process and I got it. I would later go on and get my master's degree. And now I'm a professor at the college. I do this job. I talk with people. And my life has definitely changed as a result of going to school. I've had a lot of luck. I've had a lot of opportunities. I've had a lot of stuff that has just sort of showed up, and I've taken advantage of it. But in most of the instances, having the college degree was really what opened the door for that opportunity to happen. Like I mentioned, I didn't have a lot of money. My family didn't have a lot of money. But I, for some reason, thought that I wouldn't qualify for financial aid. And I had a counselor tell me, no, you're going to fill out the FAFSA and you're going to fill it out with your parents and you're going to bring it back and we're going to watch you mail it because you need to do this. And I didn't want to do it. Back then, the FAFSA was this long paper application and it asked all these questions that I had no idea what it was talking about. It asked about my parents' tax records. It asked about all this stuff. And I did it. And it took me quite a few hours to do it. But I brought it back and I mailed it. And then I forgot about it. And a few months later, I got a message from Allen Hancock Community College saying, we've received your FAFSA and this is what we can give you. And it was way more than the amount that I needed to go to college. And this was not student loans. This was free money that they were giving me. The leftover money, I did not have to send it back. That was to help me pay for gas to get back and forth from school, to help out my family with paying, the basic bills. It was there to help me buy supplies and equipment for my film classes. It was money that was given to me simply so that I could go to school. And that money still exists today. There's also the DREAM Act application, which allows students to access college. And then what we're here to talk about today, which is the Promise. The Promise is a program that initially started out as a partnership between LAUSD and LACCD, the Los Angeles Community College District, and the mayor's office, which waived tuition for students who graduated from an LAUSD school. It has since expanded. And there's going to be a breakout session after this where you're going to be able to hear more about the specifics of the Promise. But through the Promise, if you meet the minimum qualifications, which is apply to the college, complete a financial aid application. You don't need to be awarded financial aid. You just need to complete a financial aid application. You attend orientation. You make sure you have placement, which if some of these things don't make any sense, don't worry. There's people in the chat that can answer your questions. And enroll full-time and attend a summer activity, then you qualify for the Promise and you can get 2 years free tuition. In addition to in addition to the 2 years free tuition, there are opportunities to do a lot of other stuff. You can travel as a member of the Promise. You can get a free laptop. This year, we're giving out Kroger gift cards to students to help pay for groceries because I know times are tough right now, and every little bit helps. You get priority registration. You get opportunities to work with a success coach. You get opportunities to access exclusively a specific counselor attached to the Promise program. So there's a lot of opportunities to help you succeed as part of the Promise. So it's worth trying to find out what it takes to join the Promise. And honestly, most people can join the Promise. So like I said, there's going to be a session right after this where we can help you get connected, and there's other ways to connect with us. And I see there are some questions, which I will answer in just a minute. So if you have any questions for me, you can also put those in the chat, and those will make their way to me. One of the other big myths about college, aside from the cost, is I heard a lot in high school, and I still hear a lot as I visit different high schools, of people saying, you know, once you get to college, you're on your own. I disagree. Once you get to college, you are expected to be a little more responsible for yourself, for your grades, and for your overall success. But there are tons and tons of people on our campus to help you. And even virtually, like we are right now, there are people to help you. We have offices that are on Zoom. We can talk to you on the phone. We can talk to you via email, and through our own in-house welcome counters through a program called Cranium Cafe. We can still work with you. The biggest 3 words I think that you need to succeed in college are, I need help. If you're willing to let people know that you need help, there is help there for you. If you let your professor know, I struggled a little bit on the first test, but I could use some help, they'll help you out. If they can't help you, they will direct you to the people that can. We have tons of support services on our campus, and all of these services are free. We have the SSD program, Services for Students with Disabilities. If you had an IEP in high school, go and meet with them. If you have information from a doctor outlining a disability, go to them. They can help you out. They can help you with accessing the classes. They can also help you with extra time on tests, with their own counselors, with their own services. There's a lot of services that they provide. We have the Emoja Black Scholars Program, which is a great resource for students who want to get connected. They take tours of historically Black colleges and universities. There's a club associated with that. There's an office associated with that program where students can meet, congregate, talk, share stories. They have a counselor assigned to that program who can also work with students, so it's a great program. We have the Dream Resource Center, which works with our Dreamer students. We have EOPS, Care and Guardian Scholars, which help foster youth, single parents, working parents, and all students through the EOPS program who are economically disadvantaged. So that's a great program. We have a program called Puente, which works with students that want to go to the UC and the CSU. We have a family resource center. We even have a childcare center on campus that can help you as a parent watch your children while you're in class, and they have resources to help you get services and fulfill some of your basic needs. We have a food pantry on campus, which obviously during COVID can't be visited, but when this is all over, that's available for students. So there's just a ton of resources out there. We have resources for veterans and for children of veterans. So there's a lot of opportunities there. There's a lot of free resources to help you succeed. Most of these resources have counselors, career coaches, tutors. Within our library, we have a tutoring center. If you need help, you go there and they help you. If you need help right now, you go there virtually and they will help you. We have a whole counseling department that's there to help you decide how you get where you're going, what the best program of study is for you, what the best major is, and what the best direction to get you where you want to go is. So there's all of these services available to you. You just need to reach out and get them. My office is always available. We are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7, and on Friday, 8 to 1. It's at lavc.edu/outreach, and someone will go ahead and put that in the chat right now. We have windows open all the time that can help you. We can also assist you if you want to send us an email at start@lavc.edu. That will also go in the chat. If you're going to email us and you attended this session, go ahead and just put in the subject matter, Promise Town Hall, and that way we know where to prioritize you and who should reach out to you to help you. So I was just talking about, and again, I'm not going to ignore the question, I'll get to it. I was just talking about majors and what you should do and what college is all about, and how I was confused because I thought it was just about business, lawyers, and doctors. I hate blood. I don't like arguing, and I just don't think I have a mind for business. We have what are called pathways, career academic pathways at our college, and they're lined up with specific careers and interests. And through our counseling department, there's a list of all of those. And if someone can go ahead and post that link also in the YouTube chat, that'd be great. It lists all of the majors and programs that we offer. So there's a lot of different reasons people come to Valley College. We have what's called a certificate, an occupational certificate, where you come to Valley and you study one specific area. Like you can come and get a certificate in filmmaking, where the majority of the classes, if not all of the classes that you take, are going to be about film. And these programs can be anywhere 9, 12, 15 units to about 30 units. One class is generally 3 units. So it's a certificate is somewhere between, let's say, 5 and 10 classes for you to get specific training and then try to go out and get some work, some entry level work to work your way up in that area. And we have certificates all across the board. We have also what's called an associate's degree, where you come to Valley College and you take some courses within an area of interest. And then you also take what's called general education, which is math, English, history, speech, philosophy, sociology, science classes, film classes, stuff like that. So you have a general understanding of different fields and then an idea of a specific major. And then there's what's called transfer, where you're going to come to Valley College, you're going to attend 2 years with us, then you're going to transfer to a 4-year university and you're going to do 2 years with them. One of the things that happens a lot is I hear people say, well, why would I waste 2 years at a community college and then have to go do 4 years at a university? That's not how it works. You do freshman, sophomore with us, junior, senior with them, and you get a degree. There is no shame in attending a community college. Sometimes they're called junior colleges. Sometimes they're called 13 grade. They're not. They are college. We are accredited. In order for our classes to transfer to the universities, they need to match the same criteria and the same rigor. They need to be the same class. Many of us who teach at the community college have also taught at a university. I've taught at CSUN. So the classes are honestly the same. And the benefit of community college is there's some extra support. In many instances, the classes are smaller. And we're actually right now trying to get them a little bit smaller. So there's more opportunity for one-on-one attention with the students. And that's one of the benefits of community college. And then there's students that attend just because they want to experiment. They want to find out if college is for them. College is also not just for a graduating high school senior. There was a point where our youngest student on the campus was 8 and our oldest student was in their 80s. So if you just want to take a class because you've always been interested, sign up, go for it. The application is free. The application for financial aid is free. All of it is free. So it's worth it to at least get started and find out if this is the right fit for you. Just as an example, and I had to write it down or else I was going to get it wrong. The current cost, if you were to pay out of pocket for Los Angeles Valley College, is $46 a unit. Full time is 12 units. So for a year at a California community college, you're looking at about $1,100 just in tuition. On top of that, there's books, there's parking, there's bus passes, there's life that you need to pay for. But that compares to a Cal State where you'd spend about $5,700, $5,700 a year to attend, and a UC where you'd spend $12,600 a year to attend just to pay for the classes. So the UCs and the CSUs are great, and I absolutely believe that for some people it is absolutely correct for them to go directly there. But the community college is an amazing option. As I've already outlined, there's financial aid available. You just need to apply for it. If you're not awarded it, but you qualify for the promise, we can still get your tuition covered for you. And so it really is a win-win situation. I'm seeing in the questions, have you tried to or applied for film directing for big companies? Let me take a drink of water. No. my journey, and I'm sorry if I'm digressing too far, before I answer that question, in case people don't care that much more about my journey. Um, there's a live session following this one. The Zoom link will go in the chat box on YouTube, where there's going to be members from my office, from the Outreach and Recruitment Office, who are there to ask your or to answer your questions. So if you have specific questions about admissions, about joining the campus, about anything that I said, um, you can join that Zoom session at any time. They'll be there, and they're going to be there for at least an hour. So you don't need to rush over there if you don't want to, but they'll be there. They can help you start the application process. If you've already applied but you don't know what to do next, they can help you out with that. There are people here to help you through every single step of the way of becoming a Valley student and becoming a Promise student. If you want to take advantage of that, but you don't have time right now to join another meeting, email start@lavc.edu. And again, that'll go in the chat. Put Promise Town Hall as your subject, and we'll have someone reach back out to you directly, talk to you more about the next steps and what you can do to access the Promise program and access Valley College. So remember, you are not in this alone. I'll answer your question in just a second. The one thing that I hear is college material. I hear people say, oh, that person's not college material. I don't believe in such a thing as college material. If you are here right now listening because you want to go to college, then you are college material and you can succeed. And if you have the drive to stick with it, you will succeed. You will get your college degree and you will be successful. I have no doubt in my mind. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you are coming from, what your background is, the struggles you've had. If you want to be in college, which I assume that by being here right now, you want to be in college, then you can succeed. And there are people to help, and we will help you. So if you want to jump into the other chat, go for it. I'm going to answer this question. As I went through film school, I started out wanting to be the next Spielberg, the next James Cameron, the next George Lucas. I wanted to be that next epic movie director. And as I attended college, I fell in love with independent movies. I fell in love with a couple of filmmakers named the Coen brothers. I fell in love with a filmmaker named Ousmane Sabine. I fell in love with a bunch of independent filmmakers who were telling really, really personal stories. I fell in love with something called the French New Wave. And so I became much more interested in independent filmmaking. A number of years ago, I made a very bad independent film. And actually, before COVID, I was supposed to go into production on an independent film on Friday. That's getting pushed back a little bit. So my interest is actually in teaching, in helping people access college, and then making smaller independent type movies. So we are running low on time for this session. So again, I want to thank you all for being here. As I mentioned, there's another live session where you can talk directly through Zoom with some representatives from the campus. They can help you join. They can help you access the college. They can get you connected to the best programs and services to help you succeed. And again, if you want to go to college, go to college. And remember the 3 words, I need help, and there is help there for you. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I hope to see you online in the fall. I hope to see you in person at some point in the future. And welcome to Los Angeles Valley College.